Well, starting up today, here on your left-hand side, we have the Church of Holmen. The Church of Holmen used to be an anchor forge, but in 1614 it was turned into a church by the Danish king Christian IV. If any one of you are thinking of swimming while you're here in Copenhagen, I wouldn't be. But the thing is, a lot of Danes take swims here in the harbor because we have some of the cleanest harbor water in all of Europe. If you're getting inspired to take a swim, don't do like most of the Copenhageners. They'll just jump into the water wherever they feel like it, and that's illegal. Some want to kiss underneath the kissing bridge. Your relationship will be forever lasting. So if you want to kiss your loved ones, a perfect moment would be underneath the kissing bridge. So we've got the bridge coming up now, and I'll just turn my back for a minute if you want to do your kisses in privacy. The kissing bridge. I love you. The old Danish king Christian IV. He was quite a famous Danish king who turned Copenhagen into a beautiful Renaissance city. He got quite a big family with no less than 23 children, which he had with 13 different women. Also, he started a lot of wars, 32 wars to be exact. We went on to lose 28 of them. Bridges, and a little heads up when we're passing Our Savior's Church so you can get a beautiful picture. We have got a bridge coming up, and if you want a beautiful picture of your Savior's Church, have your cameras ready on your left-hand side as we're sailing by. That we've passed the Circle Bridge, I'm prohibited to guide again. And the first building I want you to see here is the one in front of us coming up on your left-hand side now. This is the Royal Library of Copenhagen, also known as the Black Diamond. Because the building slopes 7 degrees towards the waterfront, so in the morning times the sun will be reflected on the side of the building, making it shine bright like a diamond. That's why the Black Diamond. This facade is the newest facade of the Black Diamond built. He used to have a house placed here next to the bridge, where he would take all of the taxes for all of the boats passing this bridge. That's why the bridge was named after him. First it was just Knip Bridge, then it was Knippersbro. Now the great view of the Christiansborg Palace here on your left-hand side. Well, now we're in the inner harbor. We've already been sailing here, so I'll just tell you a little bit about the biking culture here in Copenhagen. You might have seen a lot of people on their bicycles. The Copenhageners can also be dangerous on the bike path because they're brutal, they're just cycling, not waiting for anyone. But here in Copenhagen we have a big cycling culture, and we also have a lot of bridges that just made for bikes now. Bypassers are walking. The Inner Harbor Bridge, the Kissing Bridge, is also coming up again, so if you didn't get your kiss the first time, it's your second chance. But once we've passed the bridge, please look on your left-hand side, because then you're going to see a beautiful canal. If you've Googled picture of Copenhagen before coming here, you've probably seen this canal. This is the Nyhavn Canal by Danish soldiers to create a connection between the King's New Square at the end of the canal and the inner harbor of Copenhagen. Wartime was known for its old murky sailor cups and the lucky ladies of the night following them. But today is the place you go for a cold beer or an ice cream in the sunshine. Well, when the sun shines out. if you look on your left-hand side now, you can spot the Royal Playhouse of Copenhagen. It opened up in February 2008, and they started off by showing the play Hamlet, written by Shakespeare. You may know silence back in the days because we used to have a lot of big wooden ships in the city center of Copenhagen. The beautiful torpedo hole I was talking about, I'm also allowed to talk a bit. And please now take notice of these sheds coming up on your left-hand side. These sheds are the old gunboat sheds of Copenhagen. We used them in the old times when we used to have a lot of problems with no other than England attacking Copenhagen. They would be attacking us constantly, but we didn't have a great way to defend ourselves. So in an effort to try and defend ourselves, we built these gunboat sheds. You can now see they kind of slope down towards the waterfront. That meant if England came, we could quickly pull the gunboats out into the water and defend ourselves. And a sauna. So if you want your nice peace and quiet, this is the perfect place for you. Just keep in mind the waiting list is around. The Opera House was built in 2005 by the Danish architect Today the opera stands 14 stories tall and 500 stories are hidden underground. Inside of the opera you'll be able to find two big auditoriums. Just one of them seating around 1,700 people. I know right now in the opera their whole family are living. The Amalienborg Castle was originally built for 4 noble Danish families in 1750, but in 1794, Christiansborg, the king's old palace, burnt down. Therefore, him and the royal family moved out here to Amalienborg, you see now on your left-hand side. But they've been living ever since. And guys, rumor has it that one of these summer houses, which was completely destroyed, was actually owned by the captain's mother-in-law. I think it's the only time you can tell your friends I'm living in a container and actually gain their respect. Here on your right side. In the far behind you can also now spot the 2 great holes. These great holes is what the Reptile Island was known for in the old times. They were owned by the company B&W, Burmeister and Wayne. They were the first to invent a diesel motor for ships. Today though, you won't find any diesel motors out here in the buildings. It's been turned into a place for cultural events. As to in 2014, when we hosted. When this bungee jump crane opened up, they had an offer saying you could get your bungee jump for free if you arrived naked. The thing is... Now ladies and gentlemen, coming up is yet another famous sightseeing on our tour today. I know you've already seen her. From the other side now. Probably the most photographed little lady in all of Copenhagen, Denmark. Different colors. But we've restored her every time, so she remains smiling to the thousands of tourists visiting her every day. Another thing the Reptile Island is known for is also host a lot of events like the one coming up, like the one you can see them putting up on your right hand side now. It's also where they have the annual Copenhagen Rock Festival. But at the front of the island you can also now spot a lot of people walking near the waterfront. This is where we have the Reptile Street Food Market. That's flowered throughout the harbor of Canal of Copenhagen. And on behalf of me and the captain, we want to thank you so much for joining us and wish you all a lovely day here in Copenhagen today. Thank you guys. And also, if you look to your left side, you'll be able
right?
Yeah.